Good evening, everybody. It's Cutler here in the Let's Talk to Cutler broadcast, and it's so good to see everybody. It's already September the 7th. The week is moving, the month is moving, and we are moving too. And I want to thank you all so much for joining me. This evening, we're going to have an interesting conversation. You know, we are on Word Guard, and I just want to remind you that if you just passed by my channel for the very first time, this channel is about inspiration, it's about motivation. It's about trying to show up a little bit better tomorrow than we did today. It doesn't mean today was a flop, doesn't mean that today was an epic failure, but it means that we're taking the time to see how can I be a little bit better tomorrow than I was today. So if this is your first time, do me a favor. I only want you to spend 1,800 seconds with me, and I'll try not to take up more than that time. Just 1,800 seconds is all I need. I want you to become one of the fellow passengers with me as we are riding along this highway to this place that's called Better. We usually read some quotes and we'll unpack those quotes and we'll take a look at them and see how they apply, how they pertain to our everyday life. And we're trying to pull out some nuggets of wisdom. That's what we do here. We chat about it in the chat room, and I offer some, I hope what are moments of inspiration for you all. And I am inspired and motivated by your comments as well. I want to share this piece with you. I want to put this out there as a probing thought. Do you consider how you show up? Do you consider how you show up? In other words, how you be, how you present, how you be to yourself, how you be to others, how you show up, how you present. I want to talk about that and a few other things, and I'll do it as soon as I come back. But do me a favor, you all, let somebody else know that Cutler is on the air, the broadcast is here, and invite them. Tell them, listen, we're going to talk about some good stuff. We're on Word Guard. We're speaking over our lives. We're speaking over the lives of everybody and everything that's connected to us, and we're committing ourselves to show up better tomorrow than we did today. Go ahead and click like and share and all that kind of stuff. And join me in the chat. I'll be right back. I promise. I'll be right back after this.
Let's talk to God. One more thing, like, subscribe and share. Come on, let's talk to God.
Okay, I'm smiling to no end, and you all know I usually don't wear t-shirts, but I have to share this and show this to you all. Can you all see this t-shirt that I have on? I'll come back to the chat for just a moment. I usually don't wear t-shirts, but someone, and I don't know if this quote is in the book, so you all have to let me know, but a friend of mine was reading the book or either heard me speak somewhere and loved this quote. And I thought, oh, that's a nice quote, only to realize that the quote was from me and by me. The quote says, the biggest mistake you'll ever make is to not admit that you make mistakes. I thought that was just wonderful. And it says there it is. And it says GB Cutler. So I was just thankful to get this. So I thought I would just wear it to share it with you all. Do me a favor, if you're in the chat room, make sure that if you're on, just make sure you come on over to the chat room, because I want to see all my fellow friends and fellow passengers. And it looks like one of my good friends, classmates, I think, is on. So you all make sure you say hi to Valda. Just say a special hello to Valda. Valda, is this your first time joining my channel? Please, you all say hi to my friend Valda. So if you're in the chat room, make sure that you do say a special hi to her. By the way, let me just shout out our LTTC VIPs. Those are the people who join the chat first. The first ones to get to the chat. Usually it's the top 3. So let me just say hi and shout them out. Annie Cutler says, let's ride. Natural Diva says, good evening, everyone. Marshall Field says, good evening, riders. It's so good to see all of you. So if you're on, just come on into the chat room. Talk to me. I want to know that you're here. All right. You all know what we've been doing. So for the past few months, we've been reading from this book, Billboards to Better, 366 daily sources of motivation and inspiration along the highway of life. Cutler, why are we reading that book? Why are we reading that book? What is it about? Why does it even matter? We're reading this book, you all, because this is my 7th book. It's available over on Amazon.com. You don't need it to join the conversation. If you have it, that's great. It just helps us so we're all talking from the same space. But I want to say this to you. This book is designed to give you a pick me up every day, or maybe at the close of the day to give you some sort of reflection. But there are 366 quotes, a quote for every day, including leap year. And there are also some bonus quotes. My goal was just to share with you all what were some very personal and private moments of inspiration for me. And it was my hope and my prayer, my goal and my ambition that in a forum like this, you can be just as lifted by some of these quotes as I was when they were initially given to me through inspiration. I hope it is my goal, my aim, my prayer that I'm inspiring somebody's life and reminding somebody that we can be better. We can show up a little bit better tomorrow than we did today. I was telling someone else that it is my goal. It is my goal to get us to see the beauty that lies within. That's all these 1800 seconds are about, you all. Trying to make sure that we understand the beauty and the power and the value and the virtue that we have within us. Because for some of us, we don't see it and we have not been able to see it because no one reminded us that it was there. No one even told us that it was there. And for some people who saw that it was there, they were intimidated by the goals and by the gold and the value and the jewels and things that they saw within us. So there were people who tried to suppress the beauty and the power that was within you. There were people who were intimidated by it. But that is not what we do in these 1800 seconds. It is my goal to loose all of that so that you get a chance to look at yourself and say, you know what? I am somebody. I am on this earth for a reason. I'm a part of this creation and I belong here just like everything and everybody else. That's my goal, you all, for these 1800 seconds, to make sure that we are empowered to be able to stand on a new day and be glad about it. All right. So that's what we're going to do. You all know on Tuesdays, usually I read the quotes from Sunday, Monday, and Tuesday. On Thursday, I read the quote from Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday. But what I've been doing lately is just taking one or two quotes, reading those quotes, reading some of the bonus quotes from the back of the book, but also reading some of the billboards that you all have been sending me through email. And again, if you have billboards and sayings and quotes that you like and that you would like for me to share and unpack and talk about online, by all means, send those to me. Please send those to me. I'm telling you, my email is right here. talk2cutler@gmail.com. talk2cutler@gmail.com. I promise you, if you send some good quotes, I'm definitely going to bring them up and I'm going to share them. You all know we are on Word Guard this month, right? Word Guard is, and someone put it in our last conversation. They said this would be a September to remember. They said that this would be a September to remember. Well, thank you, my friend, Val. It's not his first time, but it's always good, my friend, to see you. But you all, this is a September to remember. Why? Because, and I think one of you all put that in the chat the last time we were here. It is because, you all, I'm glad you did, Tracy. It is because we are on Word Guard. We are taking a positive look at ourselves, our surroundings, our circumstances. And while we do that all the time, we are turning up the volume and turning up the heat and being cognizant and conscientious about our words. We're what I call assiduous about the use of our words this month, because words, our tongue, the power of life and death is in our tongue. And our goal is that while we are looking at our words, while we're looking at our quotes this month, we're also looking at our words as well. Or how about that? So what I want to do, I know our quotes are, let's see, we would look at our quotes for September the 5th, 6th, and 7th. But here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to share this one quote from December the 5th. And then I have a couple more that I want to just pull, not from here, but from some conversations that I had with a few people. This quote for September the 5th, and it's right here in this book. The quote for September the 5th says, God won't lead you through a battle and then not take care of your scars. God won't lead you through a battle and then not take care of your scars. Let's see, how in the world can I shed a little bit of light on this one, just so that we get the point. This particular quote reminds me, and it is a reminder, that everything is going to be all right. That is the premise of this quote, you all, that everything is going to be all right. It lets me know that I can breathe. I don't have to be anxious. I don't have to have a whole lot of anxiety. I don't have to worry. I don't have to get disgusted. I don't have to get dismayed, because everything is going to be all right. It's a reality check, you all, to remind us that we're not drifting through life on cloud nine. No, 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 no. We're not drifting through life on cloud nine. We're not tiptoeing through the tulips. We're not walking through a rose bed of ease. It is a reminder that I'm going to have some challenges. I'm going to scars. I'm going to have some challenges. I'm going to have some hurdles. I'm going to have some hiccups. It lets me know that there's some potential bumps and bruises, but it reminds me that I have everything that I need to survive. Despite and in spite of the scars, in spite of the scratches, I have everything that I need to survive. That's what this quote reminds me of. It's a reminder that I'm equipped for every, and so are you, that we are equipped for every experience. I want you to get that, you all. No matter what happens in life, we are equipped for every single experience. We're poised for every encounter, and we're prepared for every situation. We're clothed, we're dressed for every circumstance that comes our way. This quote is a reminder that everything that I'm called to, I have the strength to go through. I want you to get that. Everything that I'm called to or that I'm called to do, I have the strength to make it through. I don't get to the beginning of it, to the starting line, and look and say it's too daunting. It is too threatening. And then I turn and run the other way. Absolutely not. Whatever I've been called to, it says this quote is a reminder that I have the strength to make it through it. And there are no, let me just be transparent, you all. Yes, I may suffer some scratches and scrapes, but there are no scratches, no scrapes, no scars that are going to take me out, because they are just a part of our journey. And I know sometimes we don't like to hear that, but it's the reality check. Sometimes scars are just a part of the journey. Today was the first day of school for one of my great nephews. And as part of his little journey, his mom, my niece, she filled his book bag and his lunchbox with everything she thought he would need to get through the day. So he had his little cars, book bag, and his uncle bought him this little lunch box that had cars and all that stuff on it. So he had all of that stuff. Raydella, auntie, it's good to see you. And she filled his book bag, his backpack, and his lunchbox up with everything she thought he would need to get through the day. And I want to say to you all, that's what the Creator did for us. He fills our backpacks, our book bags, our lunchbox with everything that we need to get through the day, the week, the month, the year, even our lifetime. And you know what it's called? The stuff that He fills our lives with, you all, is called grace. It's called guidance. It's called His watchful eye. It's called love. It's called a sense of being and a sense of purpose and a sense of belonging. We are filled with that. We are filled with promises. So whenever we encounter something that causes us pain and something that causes us discomfort, guess what, you all? It is called mercy. Thank you, auntie. It's called mercy. It's called all of those things. So whenever we encounter something, and we will, that causes us pain and discomfort, guess what? The Creator knows how to nurse it. He knows how to heal it. He knows how to renew us and refill us and refuel us and refortify us. Can I tell you, it reminds me sometimes, let me tell you, all know, because you hear the Southern accent, you all know that I grew up in the country. And as I'm sharing with you, it reminds me of growing up in the country. There were some things and some injuries, you all, that were just a part of my experience. They were just a part of the experience of growing up where I grew up. That they're just a part of growing up where I grew up. Let me just share this with you. Growing up in the country, not just in the South, but in the country where I came from, I grew up in a time and a day and age, you all, when it was normal to go bare feet. So don't y'all talk about color. Yeah, I grew up in a day and age in a place where it was normal to go bare feet, especially during the summer. So guess what? Stepping on a rock or a piece of glass or sand spur was a part of the experience. I grew up on the water and we went fishing. So guess what? Getting a hook caught in my hand, it was just a part of the experience. I don't know any of my friends who ever went fishing and never had a hook get caught in the hand. It was a part of the experience. We would go fishing and crabbing. It was part of the experience to get bit by a crab. It was just part of the experience. get stung by an ant or by a bee or bitten by a mosquito. It was a part of the experience. Those were all just part of the experience. Guess what? Falling off of a bicycle and scraping my knee or my arm or my leg, it was part of the experience. For me and my brothers, running through the woods, getting scratched by a briar patch, yeah, that was part of our experience. What am I saying, you all? Some pain is just part of the experience. And the same way my mother would wash it and put alcohol on it or peroxide on it, the same way she would put a bandage on it, God does us the same way, you all. Some things are just part of our experience. But guess what? We're not going to die just because we go through them. I want to offer us some strength, something to remind us that we are fortified this evening. We are not going to die just because we go through them. I'm not going to throw in the towel. I'm not going to stop living because I go through them. I'm not going to give up on my destiny because I go through them. I'm not going to forfeit my blessings because I go through them. I'm not going to forfeit or lose just because I go through an occasional pain or heartache or hardship. Because what I know is this: before God allows it to consume me, and this is me, you all know I speak from this place of faith for me. I hope some of you all can understand, because before he allows it to consume me, guess what, you all? He'll confront it himself and he'll give me the victory every time. He certainly will. I'm looking at some of y'all comments. Y'all, right? You all know there were some things that were just part of our experience. Just walking barefoot on those dirt roads, queen of them all, like it was nothing. Absolutely. You got to email me and tell me where in North Carolina you're from. Auntie, you're right. Not only the alcohol and the peroxide, but also the iodine that left your skin orange. Some of those things, mama would bandage us up and say, get back on your bike and just go back outside, do what you're going to do. Y'all, that stuff didn't kill us. And guess what? Some of these little light afflictions, they're not going to kill us. But let me just say this. I am not trying to belittle anybody's experience, because I know there's some things that will stifle us and shake us. And that's not what I'm talking about. But I'm talking about some of those things that are just part and part for the course, that are just part of our journey. Don't you know that those things are just like mosquitoes on your journey? Those things are just like mosquitoes as part of your destiny. Guess what you'll do to a mosquito, especially if you grew up where I grew up? When a mosquito bites you on the arm, it's a bit of discomfort, but guess what you'll do? You'll do that and keep right on going. Am I right? We'll swat the mosquito, swat the fly, and we'll keep right on going. Sometimes when gnats are flying and you're outside in the summertime, you just do this and you keep right on going. Aggravating. But what did you say? You said that's just a part of the experience. And you don't let it stop you. So I'm saying, I'm just reminding us this evening to recognize those things that are just a part of our journey, you all. That's all. Some things are just part of our journey. And what I do know is this: that the Creator himself would not lead me through a battle and then not take care of the scars, those things that are part of my journey. All right. You all know I'm only here for 1,800 seconds, but I want us to be fortified. Sometimes we magnify these things. Have y'all ever heard of, don't turn a mountain into don't make a mountain out of a molehill? There's some things that are just small. They're just light afflictions. But when so many of them come our way, then they are magnified and they are big. But when you can look at them in isolation, and you say sometimes to some things that would form themselves and rise up and act as if they're going to be your enemy, you say to them, you know what, you're just a scar that's a part of my journey. And you ain't going to kill me. I ain't going to die dealing with this. Right? Thank you, Auntie. Because when the mosquito would bite, you would say, you know what, okay, mosquito bit, and you keep right on going. And sometimes there might be a slight residual itch, but you kept right on going. It is the same thing with some of these scars, you all, some of these scrapes, some of these scratches, some of these bruises. We ain't going to die in them. How do you know, Cutler? Because we are strong. We are built to endure. We are built to last. And speaking of those things, speaking of those things, I want you to understand this. as we are on Word Guard this month. Did you all enjoy the Word Guard that we did the last time we were here? And we talked about the vitamin C. You all still have my vitamin C. No, I just want y'all. I do take my vitamin C. This is a new bottle that I that I just didn't happen to open. But I want to remind you of this. We talked about vitamin C the last time, and we used these positive C words because we're on Word Guard, and we spoke over our life with those positive C words. And you all may have seen the conversation this evening. It says, "How do you be?" Because what we're going to do, we're going to take the letter B this evening, and we're going to use some positive words. This is our month of Word Guard, and I was out walking Saturday and Sunday, and of course I walked today, but specifically Saturday, and I had such a burden while I was walking and a conviction about what I was saying, and I just started to go live, and I said, no, I'm not going to go live because I can't wait to get up here and share it with the passengers. And what came to me, and I'm sharing it with you all this evening, in addition to this quote that I shared you all, what came to me was this: always end on a positive note. This month, when we are on Word Guard, another bit of advice, another nugget, I hope, is to always end on a positive note. And this is not just theory, but Cutler, how do we do that? And why do you say that? I say that because you cannot always help what comes into your mind. You can't help what comes into your mind, but you can help what comes out of your mouth. In other words, when it comes into your mind, you're in charge of how you process it. And I get it, because sometimes we don't always practice Word Guard. So I want to give us some practical pieces to help us this evening. Just as quickly as a negative thought comes to your mind, and you might even be in the middle of speaking it, you all, but I want you to know this, that you have the power to transition the negativity that's in your mouth. You have the power to transition the negativity that's in your mouth. We're on Word Guard, and sometimes we start saying things and we start saying stuff, and then you realize that what you're spewing is negativity. So I want to give us all some practical examples of how to handle the negative things that come to our minds. And again, let me just share this with you. Here is my email, talk2cutler@gmail.com. I want to hear from you. I want to hear your thoughts. I want to engage you in conversation. Because as I'm saying and suggesting to you to always end on a positive note, I want to tell you how that's done. I want you to use words when negativity starts coming out of your mouth. You might be in the middle of saying, oh, these children are worrying me to death. That's negative. I want to give you the power of 4 phrases or words. One is but. As soon as you start spewing out negativity, say but. Well, I didn't think I was going to make it today. Negativity starts coming out, and you say, but you know what? But I got my health and my strength. These people on this job are getting on my nerve. Negative. Use the word but I'm so thankful that I have a job. These are practical examples, you all, because negative, how many times have you all heard negativity coming out your mouth? And you felt defeated and paralyzed by the negativity that you were spouting out of your mouth. I'm telling you, use the word but, it'll transition yourself into positivity every time. You got to learn how to transition yourself and your language and your space. That's what we call shifting. If you don't use the word but, use the word however. I've been driving, I've been stuck in this traffic all day long. It's looked like I've just been stuck in traffic for 5 hours. Negativity. All of a sudden you say, however, I made it to my destination. I made it to my journey. Learn how to transition. Don't wait for anybody else to transition your space and shift your space. I'm empowering you to be able to do it. Negativity comes out, but changes it right to positivity. Such and such negativity comes out. However, you've empowered yourself to speak life over yourself. Start speaking a negative situation. As soon as it looks like it's a big negative situation, you say, nevertheless, this is not going to ruin my day. That means you minimize it. The use of the word but, the use of the word however, the use of the word nevertheless. And then sometimes you say, listen, all of that, okay, whatever the case may be, nonetheless, you all take these words, use these words, but, however, nevertheless, nonetheless, and turn every negativity that comes out of your mouth into something positive. Why? Because we're on word guard. One of you all said it the last time we chatted, that this has got to be a September for us to remember. Just don't lose. Thank you, Jamila. Yes. Don't lose your power to negativity. I didn't think I was going to make a hit, but I am. As soon as it starts coming out of your mouth and you hear it, speak positivity over yourself. Do not lose your ability, your power to shift your space and your environment. Just with those words, but, however, nevertheless, nonetheless. All right? So then you all help me, those of you who are chatting with me. I wanted to ask you, how do you show up? How do you present yourself? Let's use some I statements and I am. And give me some words that start with B. Because how you show up, how you be, how you present has a lot to do with what you say. All right? I want us to use these words that begin with B and think, I blank, and whatever that B word is, or I am blank, whatever that word that starts with the B is. And I'll, just like I did the last time, I'll read them as you all put them in the chat, and I'll think about them. I'll chat about them. I'll talk about them. So as you all are thinking, put these words that start with B in the chat. Y'all know we only got 1,800 seconds, but I want you to speak positivity over your life. I want you to say things like, I am beautiful. It means I'm very pleasing. I'm an asset to my surroundings. So while there's some people who are just looking at the outer of who we are, you also get a chance to look at the inside of you. And you say, yes, I am beautiful. I am pleasing. I'm an asset to my surroundings. That's what it means to be beautiful, you all. I'm pleasing. I'm an asset to my surroundings. I enhance wherever I go. I am bold. It means I have a very strong conviction about the things that I say and I do, and I believe. I'm bold. Say these things this month. You all, listen, this is the month of September, a September to remember. I believe, absolutely. It means I have faith in something that is greater than I am. I believe in God. I believe in myself. I believe in others. You got to say all of that stuff. I am becoming. I am walking into who I was called to be. Because who I was called to be, guess what? I already am, and I'm just walking into the manifestation of it. That means that's why every time we show up in this space and we share these 1,800 seconds, you all, it is because you all know I said every time, it is taking a moment to see how we can show up a little bit better tomorrow than we did today. I am becoming who I was destined and called to be. I am beyond. I'm not just limited to what's going on here. You see me in one space, but I'm larger than this. And I say it so often, I'm greater than all of my circumstances. I'm greater than all of my situations. I am beyond what you see right now. What are these B words that we are, y'all? I am blessed. It means I am favored. I am divinely guided. I am divinely prospered. Y'all keep them coming. I am brave. We're talking about being on word guard. And when we're on word guard, we use these words. Bold, having a strong conviction. Brave, I am not fearful. I'm not a coward. I don't cower in the middle of a challenge. I'm able to face my difficulties without fear. I'm brave. Y'all keep them coming. I might stay for a little longer than these 1,800 seconds because we're on word guard. Our language, there's power in our language, you all. I am balanced. I'm good at prioritizing what's going on in my life. I know how to do time management. I know how to make what matters matters. I'm balanced. I'm just not focused on one thing. I'm multifaceted and I'm good at it. I'm balanced. Y'all keep these words coming. I belong. I want y'all to say these this month. This is the month of we're on word guard. I invite you and I implore you to join me. If you want to email me some, just email me these words. But take these and know it. Let it empower you. This is how you show up tomorrow. When you show up tomorrow, you say these things. I am beautiful. I am bold. I am brave. I believe. I am balanced. I belong. I belong because I recognize my self-worth. I recognize my value. I understand my purpose. I was put here for a reason and I'm not going to abort my mission. I belong. I belong. Thank you, Molly. And in Spanish, bastante. Yes, bastante. Yo soy bastante. I am enough. Yeah. So when you say it in Spanish, put the B up there. I am enough. I am not built with lack. I am not built with lack. I am enough. I am benevolent. I'm well-meaning and I'm kind. Sylvia, absolutely. I am better. Better means that there's an improvement in my condition. That's why I can be better tomorrow than I was today. I am bodacious. Don't count me out. I'm impressive. I'm impressive. I command attention wherever I go. Because I am of value. I am of substance. I am somebody. Keep them coming. I'm a builder. I build. We don't tear people down. We build people up. And may I say this to us, y'all? I want to share this with you. Because as soon as I said I build, we're builders, something else just came to me. Don't let what we build in these 1,800 seconds, don't let negativity destroy what we've constructed in these 1,800 seconds. Because we're going to be challenged on every one of these words of positivity, either tomorrow or another day. We're building bridges. We're connecting people. We're building relationships. We create ways over trouble. We're brave. Yes, all of those. I have a backbone. I'm not a weakling. I'm not a coward. I'm not a pushover. I'm beaming. Everywhere I go, it is my call and responsibility to shed light on dark situations. Understand that you are a benefit. You add to, you're an asset. You're nobody's liability. You're blissful and happy, full of joy, filled with promise. May I share a couple of more that are just coming to mind. We're on word guard, so we're saying all of these things. And you should have just what you say. And you say, I'm bountiful. Everything I need, I already have. And I have it in large quantities. I have it in abundance. You say to yourself, I'm brilliant. I'm exceptionally talented. We're in word guard, you all. I just want to encourage us. This month is, yes, it's going to be the September to remember, because we're going to remember all of these words. We're going to work on speaking positivity over our lives, over everything and everybody that is connected to us. And we're going to walk in the knowledge that we have the capacity to build a space and an environment where we want to live with our words. And don't allow 1 second, don't allow for 1 second, 1 minute, 1 day, or 1 hour, don't allow anybody to destroy what you've worked to build. That's not going to happen because we're here together. Y'all, I want to say thank you so much for sharing this time and this space with me. Whatever you've allowed me to come in and share with you this evening, I thank you with my whole heart. Because I'm hearing from you all, guess what? You all are building me up, preparing me for tomorrow, and giving me something to remember tomorrow that I didn't necessarily have today. I want to thank you all so much for that. Thank you for this time and this space. And let's do what we've always done. Let's keep on building community. Let's keep on maintaining connectivity. Keep your heads up, keep your hopes up. Recognize the beauty, the boldness, the bodaciousness, all of that stuff inside of you. There's a pandemic still going on. You all make sure you stay safe and stay sane. Don't you let people drive you crazy. If you haven't done so, do me a favor as I leave. Please make sure you do a thumbs up just to like the conversation. It lets YouTube know that you enjoy this time, this space. It encourages me as well. Tell somebody to join us every Tuesday and Thursday at 8 o'clock, because I hope we got some good stuff that we're talking about, all right? I don't know what letter I'm going to come up with next. But I promise you, as we're on Word Guard for the next few conversations, I'm just going to pull a letter out of the hat, and we're going to talk about how to speak over our lives. Because guess what? We all have the power to do it. I hope you all thought this was fun. I hope that you all found this to be encouraging. I'm going to say good night to you all of you all. Please understand and know this, that from my heart to yours, there is and always will be so much love. Good night to all of you.